Disney. Frozen 2. One evening, Anna and Elsa's father, King Erlen, told them a story about the Nordic people from an enchanted forest. They had lived in peace with the people of Arendelle. But then everything changed, but King Arger, then only a child, was escapes. After the story, Queen Rhonda scoops the doors with a lullaby about her head, a special river that was said to hold all the answers to past. Many years had passed, and her parents were gone. The girls had found family and best friends, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf. They spent countless evenings together hanging out, having dinner, and playing games. One night, during this, Anna squinted to guess what Elsa was acting out. She could tell something was bothering her sister. "Are you okay?" Anna said. "Just try," said Elsa, forcing a smile. "Good night," she added as she crossed the left and went upstairs. Moments later, Anna knocked at Elsa's door. "You're wearing mother's scarf," Elsa said. "You do that when something's wrong." But Elsa refused to admit it. Something was wrong. Something was calling to her. Later that night, Elsa found himself answering the mystery's voice. As she began using her icy powers, she could feel them changing. They grew stronger and stronger until finally she heard a shout wave that view across the kingdom. Fire finishing from the transit, the fountains and waterfalls drove up, even the wind died down. Villagers something over the missing accomplice and something that everyone headed for stable ground. Once everybody was safe on the ships above Arendelle, the ground up the once again. Borders rugged in and potted open, reeving trolls. Grandfather didn't quickly present the girls that he explained that Elsa had working the spirits of the enchanted forest. Grandfather told Elsa to follow the voice north. Then he quickly told Anna that she go along to present her sister. "I won't leave her side," said Anna. The sisters, along with Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, traveled north in search of the forest. But when they found the forest, entering a wall misunderstood it. It wouldn't let Kristoff and Olaf pass through. But Elsa felt a tug for it to miss. She took Anna's hand and stepped forward, and the mist sparkled and pulled back, rolling a path for the wolf group. Once they were inside the forest, the wind spirit guard appeared. It picked them up and winded them around. Elsa uses her magic to protect Anna from a flying branch and guttural noises. The wind spirit forces the others out, holding Elsa and her cousin. Finally, Elsa stand out a blast of magic to freeze himself, and beautiful ice crystal appears. Each one covered a different moment in time. Elsa had never created anything like before. Olaf reckoned his friends of the extending that ice could remove the past. Where has Mary? She said. Soon the trap nerving and errands round Anna and Elsa's old bedtime story appeared. Autumn got out of the soldiers. It wasn't less announced. Their fathers are in the guard. The nursing announced that the sister's scarf was crimson. Whoever had saved the king from the forest must have been honored. The errands and the nurse believed Elsa's magic was the key to her bedroom. The two sides growled about who was responsible for interned in the forest until a bright flash of fire appeared. The fire spirit dashed around the trees, setting them disable. Elsa used her magic to chase it down and discover the spirit was a small sound. The voice called, and Elsa and the string in the boat turned it. You hear it too? She asked. She done similar. The sound was coming up a rock, and Elsa realized she needed to keep going north. Later that evening, one of the North sang the sentinels on the scarf to Elsa. To represent the four spirits, the Gloomminster pointed out a fifth spirit, which was called the bridge. Some say they had heard it call out the day the forest fell. Elsa was now certain that she had to follow the call she had been hearing in order to set everyone free. Anna and Olaf joined Elsa, and the three conquerors went north. When they reached the top of a hill, they gasped. At the side below, it was her parents' ship. They realized that this must mean that her parents had been instance of causes when they disappeared. They were searching for answers about Elsa's powers. Elsa willed to found the mysteries river, even if it meant crossing the daughter's dark sea. This is Anna's stressing. Elsa had to go alone. She waved her hands, creating a boat, and sent Anna and Olaf siding it down the path of ice. Elsa, where are you going? No, cried Anna. They couldn't stop, and soon they found the gliding down a river, and Anna's earth giant sleeping on the shore. Using a branch, Anna resunded their boat away from the earth giants and over a waterfall. When Elsa reached the dark sea, she shone on the shore. Frozen waves froze and crashing before her. She was spinning out onto the water, creating frozen snowflakes at her feet. But the strength of the waves quickly knocked her down. Elsa crossed her own way to the surface and climbed up on a giant rock. She took a breath and dove in. The water nurse, an ancient horse, and began tossing her around. Elsa created an ice bridle and swung onto his back. At first it looked trying to throw her off, but before long the two were riding through the mountains, waves to the far shore. Once safe on the sands, Elsa looked the mystery crate in the eye and glowed. The water duck lifted its head usually. Elsa smiled as it shook its mane and disappeared back into the sea. Meanwhile, the waterfall had cried Anna and Ola into a current. A strong, just because of the wind brought in a swirl, and of Elsa's magic. It was a signal that she had safely crossed the dark sea. The magic formed an ice constricted before them, revealing a memory of the past. Now Anna knew why the spirits had constricted Arendelle, and how to free the forest and to represent strength and wisdom. She was ready to set things right. Elsa turned through tangled wings and thick snow. When she finally reached the mistress's voice quieted suddenly, just as the words of her mother's lullaby had translated everything became crystal clear. Elsa knew she had followed the right path and was where she was meant to be. The journey had changed both her and her sisters, and together they could return peace and mend a broken land.